Yes.
I don't know what I
Welcome,
just clicked on. Wait a minute, there we go.
welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome. Okay, I was trying to get our little new intro thing to play, but I can't. So I'm
You
gonna have to
don't
keep playing.
see
We'll figure that
it.
out. We'll figure that out. But we're live. We are here. How y'all doing? Where you be in the world? This magnificent place we call the Earth. And what you sipping on tonight? I got
Well,
some mango lemonade.
so as y'all know, my birthday was last month, and they had threw me a surprise party. And my best girlfriend had made a special punch, and I put it in the freezer. And
Okay.
so, if you can see it, it's nice and pretty. It's a pretty pink. I
What is it?
put it. It's honey. It's got some sort of rum in it. It's like got a Caribbean rum in it. And I had took a picture of the bottle because it was a rum that I had not heard of before, but it was a white rum. Because I only drink white. Sorry. Only thing I like dark is my man. But yeah, so
Hello.
had that part. But yeah, so it had a white rum and some ice cream and some other stuff. But anyway, it's one of them sneak up on you drinks. And
Okay.
of course, I topped it off with one of my moonshine cherries. I'm still trying to eat the moonshine cherries I got for my birthday. Yeah.
Now you got me. So I have some students that they first of all they like fucking bomb. They're both caterers and they bake. They do all the regular food, but they also do like the moonshine and the edibles and stuff. Yeah, I've only bought one
Well,
edible
you
from
know my
them.
trip with the edibles. We not going on them trips
You know
no
what?
more.
Listen, I've only bought one edible from them, and that was 5 years ago because that would have me on my ass. So I said I'm good. That ain't my
Well, you
lane.
saw what
But
happened to me in edibles a few weeks ago.
yes, because we
We went
discovered
yeah,
the truth behind the
and,
truth that
and
Jissy
the truth
had been
behind the truth
partaking before
because
we went live and all.
everybody knows I can handle the drink. It's the yeah.
You can handle the drink.
Because y'all can see me sit here and drink a whole pitcher of lemon drop martinis.
And
So
that we had.
so
So
yeah.
yeah, so you got me wanting to call them and have them. She made some was it black cherry moonshine and gave me some. Oh my gosh, I've had it in the fridge forever because I literally can take a sip of it. It's so strong, but it's good though.
Absolutely.
It's good though.
Absolutely. Like I had to share the moonshine with everybody, and all that's left is the cherries, and they're potent. Yeah.
So what you sipping on, y'all? Where you at in the world? If you're sipping on something, pop it in the comments. We don't care if it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
No,
It
no.
don't matter. Just get something yummy or hydrating to drink or something
Mm-hmm.
yummy to eat, nourishing to your soul or juicy and enjoyable to your
Oh,
taste.
this is
That's
oh,
what it
this is
is.
I need to plug my new this is my new thing that I'm on is like these good things. It's
Okay.
gluten-free crackers, but they're so good. No, I'm not allergic to gluten, but I'm trying to get anti-inflammatory type foods um
Okay.
to try to help with healthcare and because as we're getting older, we need to try to stay away from things that cause inflammation like milk and dairy products really um some sorts of meats. So yeah. So I'm trying to, get gluten and stuff and get uh inflammatory things. Everything on the inner aisles is really not good for us.
Very true.
But unfortunately, that's where the affordable food is on the inner aisles. I'm just, sharing this for people that don't really know that, but that's the way it's been designed. All your processed foods are on the inner aisles, and that's where you see a lot of people eating. It's from the inner aisles, the processed foods, and those processed foods. The reason that we are so heavy as Americans is eating all those processed foods. You're really not getting full. They're not designed to fill you. They're designed to just quench your hunger. But that hunger, that little switch that tells you that you're full isn't really activated with those types of foods. So we really need to stick to fresh fruits, vegetables, and produce and, you know, meats that are not genetically modified, but we do know that It's kind of hard to find those.
I'm gonna put my little PSA out there. PSA. Eat what the fuck you can, people. So, and the only reason I say that, now I'm a big advocate for eating healthy as well. Y'all know I eat plenty of fruits and vegetables. I really only try to eat meat maybe 2-3 times a week. I drink a lot of water. I juice. I do smoothies. I do all that stuff, and I tend to hike 5-6 miles a day. So I'm not telling you not to be healthy, but I also recognize that especially with the price of things nowadays, if you have larger families, if you have, relatives that you're trying to take care of, that can be a big burden. And a lot of people feel shame or guilt because they're not able to do what some of us are doing, or it doesn't look the way that somebody else's journey may look. So I'm still a big advocate of eat, get what you can.
Oh, yeah, eat.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
But
so, yeah. So eat healthy, but if it and the reason I say that is because I know a lot of parents, especially right now, I hear it from ladies all the time when they have children.
yeah.
They may have a child that's a picky eater. They may have to stretch that budget because, in our 40s, a lot of people are taking care of aging parents, or may have other elderly, relatives that they're having to take care of. And this actually happened recently. I was in line at the grocery store, and this lady, she had a cart full of stuff. And so, people make conversation. And this other lady, I think she had the right intent, y'all. It didn't come across well. Like, she was like, "Oh, what you got in that car? You need to take all that stuff out. That's too much sugar. Your kids don't need that." And so that one left. And then you could tell the lady just felt some kind of way, and she was trying to smile like, "Yes, ma'am," because it was an older lady saying this. The younger lady was like, "Yes, ma'am." And I just kind of intervened, and I was like, "Listen, baby, you're doing the best that you can with what you got. As long as you're feeding yourselves and y'all not missing no meals, as long as your kids are healthy." So I advocate like Gypsy, eat healthy, buy what you can that is fresh, that is organic. If that makes sense for you, go to local farms, go to farmers markets,
go to the Amish markets.
Go to the Amish markets, go to the different grocery stores, the different cultural grocery stores. Also check out your local neighborhood gardens, farm your own veggies in your backyard if at all possible. But also, please don't feel any guilt or shame for that. And I'm just more cognizant of that because of that conversation. Please don't feel any guilt or shame if your journey looks different or you can't, right? Before I forget, y'all, stop what you're doing. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you hit that like button on this video. Hop in the comments and tell us how you're doing, where you are in this world. If you're sipping on something, sip on something and let us know. Make sure that you are telling the people that you like and love, because if you ain't telling them about us, do you really like and love them? I question that. I'm just saying, because if you like and love them, you are telling them about this podcast, because we want to help normalize conversations on sex, on intimacy, on power, and all the other things that P could possibly stand for. You know what I'm saying? And wellness in our culture, in our community, and just in every person's life that we engage with. That being said, I also got to give a shout out to my friend Stacy. She called me when I was en route running back to the house to jump on live here. And she was like, "What are you listening to right now? What's your favorite song? Because I need something to hype me up." And it just so happens that right before she called, I was listening to the song by Pink, "Never Gonna Not Dance Again." So I'm giving Stacy a shout out because she's just dealing with some challenging times. And I want to send her some love as she watches, hopefully, or catches the replay, that, listen, life. It will show the fuck up. It will knock you in your teeth. It will gut punch you and make you feel all kinds of ways. But don't give up wherever you are, no matter what the journey looks like. Hey, Rodney, stay focused. Stay on top of your game. Stay on top of the strategy you have. Whatever's happening in your life, y'all, stay focused, because life's. But I promise you, if you keep going, if you stay focused, it will get better, because life is cyclical and patterns, right? So Stacy, shout out to you. Stay focused, stay in the journey. You are loved. And the song that I was listening to when she called me was "Never Gonna Not Dance Again" by Pink. So play that song if you hadn't already had a chance to do that. If you've never heard of it, look it up, because it'll have you jamming. Okay. Hey Donna in the comments. Hey Shirt in the comments. Hey Miss Newsy in the comments. Hey Rodney, how you doing?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, good.
Hey Gypsy, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Great to be seen and be viewed.
Absolutely.
Because what? Okay.
That's right. That's right.
So we're just finishing up with the housekeeping. You're right on time. We're just jumping into the housekeeping stuff. Got all of that finished. And tonight's topic,
What
I
you
feel
sipping
like,
on, Rodney?
Huh?
oh yeah, what you sipping on?
Right now, it is sweet, sweet tea.
Hey,
You know
I
what?
got
Hey,
mango lemonade. I ain't mad.
you know what? I'm finna crack over a couple of Coronas.
Oh,
Since I'm at home and I don't have to drive anywhere, hey, I might as well.
do your
Absolutely.
thing. Do your thing. Listen, we like it whether it's alcoholic, non-alcoholic, as long as you're listening to something yummy, as long as you drinking something yummy, as long as you're eating something nourishing, do what you do, booze, wherever y'all is.
Absolutely.
But let's go ahead and dive into tonight's topic. I want to make sure we do this because last week we got real off track and went real left and never did actually get to the topic until the very end. So we're going to circle back to that in a minute. But I thought this was a really good question that somebody submitted. Oh,
Yes.
one more announcement, y'all. One more announcement. So one of my Facebook friends, I was like, I knew there was an astrologer that I was trying to remember who she was. Well, I won't call her an astrologer. She does astrology because I don't know if that's the title that she uses. She's really into astrology. She has a mental health background like me, Black woman. Just love everything that I have seen about her as I've watched her as we've engaged online. She is going to be joining us hopefully sometime in August because y'all have been on my neck about these astrology chats we've had in the past on the different episodes, wanting us to go more into the zodiac signs for relationships. And so she and I were talking the other day and I invited her on and she's looking to join us in August and come share her expertise in astrology and all the things with the natal charts and all that. So make sure that you stay tuned. We'll be announcing that once we have more details. Tonight's question, how do you navigate out to paraphrase, how do you navigate
Astrology.
dating or being partnered with someone and y'all have different spiritual and or life beliefs? And I know we've talked about it slightly in the past, but I don't know that we went really in depth on it. And I think that's a good topic for tonight. What y'all think?
It's a good topic.
Now, I must admit, I have no idea about astrology. I don't know anything about it. I know something about astronomy, but
Well,
and I
you know,
know
you
something about pastrami.
oh, astronomy, Lord have mercy. Well, you welcome anytime you're ready. You welcome to tell us all about astronomy, and we'll talk about that too. But yeah, they've been on my neck, man. Let me tell you something. They've been on my neck because me and Benny have talked about it before. I want to say either me, Q, and Michael, or all four of us have talked about it before. But every week, that's the question. Like, go back to it. And I'm like, listen, I'm into it.
And it's real.
And it's real, yes.
It
But
is.
that's not my lane of expertise. So I share what I believe based on my experiences. But I have been looking for someone to really come and join us and share their expertise on it. So I got somebody. Hey. So keep an eye out for that. But again, tonight's topic, how do you navigate different beliefs, spiritually or life beliefs? So y'all want to kick it off or you want me to kick it off?
I'll kick it off. So there was a time when I would have said, I just wouldn't go with anybody that was not, aligned in the Christian faith and this, that, and the other. However, I just want you now in this ripe old age of 54 to have a belief in an afterlife and a connection to a higher power because man-made religions will have you really distancing yourselves from people that don't think like you. But the thing is that if they have a spiritual connection, whether they call him Yahweh or Jesus or God or Buddha, the thing is that they know that there's something greater than them, right? And so my thing is, as long as you realize that you didn't do this yourself and there's something greater than you, then we can have something to talk about and work towards. That's my take on it.
I like it. Rodney, you want to chime in before I chime in?
Well, I will say this right here, especially when it comes to maybe the zodiac signs and stuff like that. As I said, I don't know anything about it. You know, I was raised Baptist. Later on, that I became pretty much non-denominational. I just know I serve, Jesus, and I know I make mistakes, and I own up to them. I guess as a looking for a mate, you want to be you really want to be someone who's on your wavelength, or as they say, equally yoked. I've seen folks when you got the man at home and the woman going to church, that ain't the same. The guy they not having the same beliefs. They can have the same belief, but they certainly not as equally convicted in terms of what they go do. That does cause problems. But if you can, and I say this right here, I know I kind of ramble a little, but people who don't have some type of belief system, be honest, I don't trust them no way. I'm serious. You don't have nothing to hold yourself accountable to. You got to own up to something. Something has to hold you accountable, and there's no way you can show love for somebody without knowing love or realizing that you love by something or was being held accountable to a higher power. Whatever you believe that is, you can believe whatever you want to do. I don't care what you do. That's up to you. You can worship a fig tree. It doesn't mean nothing to me what you do. All thing that matters is what I do. And and I know guys out there, we want a lady that has and I want a lady too that has some beliefs. When I first meet them, I want you to be able to sometimes put certain parts of that belief system to the side just for a few moments, but I don't want you to go too far away, but I want you to put it away for a moment. Let's beg for forgiveness for some of this stuff we got to do or we finna do.
I need a refill on that one.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm at an age now where I'm gonna be honest. I see a lot of my friends and a lot of them they going on in glory. So I'm telling you right now, I don't have time to wait.
That part, because you know what? So this is the thing. At this age and stage, it is not taking you 3-4 years to find out or think that you want to be with someone long term or get married or whatever. I ain't got 3-4 years. I might not be here in 3-4 months. So you need to go and make a decision.
That's right. Hey, that's right. And the first time when I got married, and I told her, hey, 30 days, that's all I needed. I was ready. I'm ready to cash chips. Let's do it. 30 days, that's all it took.
Men usually know, now, good. I'm glad you brought that up, Rodney, because I have a question for you. I've heard that men usually know when they're ready to get married and they seek out a partner that meets those requirements. Whereas women find a partner, this is what I've heard, and just tell me what you're dealing with. We find a partner and be like, oh, I want to marry him because it's him. But in the opposite way, they say that men decide they want to be married and then they start seeking someone that can fit their qualifications. Is that true?
Well, I'll say this right. I don't know if they decided, hey, it's time for me to get married. I know when they see that particular woman, and there's something about her that says, boom, that's it. I'm done. You the one. And then they just go on and it doesn't take long. You got some people just hang around somebody 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years. And it's the reason why they're hanging on, because for some reason they think they can do better. Ooh. For some reason they think they can do better. And ladies, I'm here to tell you right now, if you would have got now, y'all been engaged 3, 4 years, 5 years, I'm here to tell you, he think he can do better. And it's the same thing with women. You know, they have some guys and they think they can do better. That's why they putting the guy to the side, or they have a bunch of guys in the friend zone. You know, they the backup plan. So I'm telling you right now, I tell folks all the time when they ask me, I said, if never be with someone dating anyone past, uh, that same month the next year. So if you meet somebody and y'all start dating in May, next May, y'all need to be getting engaged. You need to be getting engaged. At that point, you need to make a decision. Hey, this is it. This is who I want to be with. Otherwise, you just wasting time. Why date somebody 5-6 years? Why? If you dating them if you gonna break up, you gonna break up. You gonna break up with whether you get a 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. There's nothing you can learn about a person in dating them 5 years that's gonna prepare you to stay married for year 6. If they ain't no good at year 5, hell, they wasn't no good at year 1 or a 6-month mark.
Okay, so let me jump in. Let me jump in.
Thank you for keeping it real.
Let me jump in. So I'm not a man, so I can't think like a man. I don't even want to try. But I do agree. I think a lot of times men and sometimes women know when they meet the person, not necessarily that they were ready to get married. I think they know when they meet the person, this is the person I want, this person I want for life, whether that looks like a long-term committed relationship, whether that looks like legal marriage, civil ceremony, whatever that looks like, right? I do agree with that. Most of the proposals that I've had, and again, this is just from my own experience and people that I know, most of the proposals that I have had came within 6 weeks to 6 months. That being said, I've also been in a long-term relationship where I didn't want to get married. Loved them, loved everything about him, right? Loved that person, knew that I wanted to be with that person. I still didn't want to get married because I wasn't in a place where I felt like that's what I needed. So that's why I'm saying I'm interrupting. I am really ever hesitant to always be extreme with some of the things that we say, because in my 25 years of having these conversations with people as clients, patients, students, whatever, I've met men and women from all different cultures, from all around the world, different socioeconomic status that don't want to get married. So let's not pass this narrative, whether it's man or woman, let's not pass the narrative that if you're together longer than a year and you haven't been engaged, or he hasn't asked, or she hasn't said yes, that they don't want to be with that person. Now, on the flip side of that, I actually had a person break up with me because of that. Hell, I didn't know we were dating. I thought we were just cool and like hanging out for about a year and a half. I'm so serious.
You put in the friend zone.
No, but I'm just saying, wait. Before you say that, what I was saying is they're not just married, but even in a committed relationship, Jazz, even if you're not married, a committed relationship is what I'm talking about. Like,
no,
you shouldn't be in some sort of I ain't sure stage for 3 or 4 years, unless but if that's not what if you want something committed, it shouldn't drag on for 3 or 4 years. So okay, let me take the word marriage out of that and say committed situation.
Now that I'm what you want,
Hey,
because again, some people based on their belief systems, whatever they believe in or don't believe, based on their cultural and their experiences. Let's normalize this part of the conversation. Not everybody wants to get married.
I know I don't want to do that shit again.
Married.
Hey, let me say this right here.
Wants to have kids. Not every man wants to have kids. So let's normalize that conversation, y'all, and leave room for those people that don't fit this one. Because here's what I'm saying. Different cultures throughout time have either normalized legal unions and or community unions or whatever, and different cultures have normalized living in family units where not one person was in a couple, it was 5 or 6, like we call thruples and polyamory now. So again, let's leave room, y'all, for the people that don't fit the black and white or this one lane, because that's the whole point of this show, is it not? And I'm not saying devil's advocate, but I'm just being the outside voice to say that's the whole point of this show, is not to paint this black and white picture that it only can look like this or is wrong. Like, let's run the rainbow of these are the experiences. That's why I
Well,
tell on myself
well,
sometimes.
I would say that, and I would say that, and I agree with you also. But I also do this right here. When I speak in generalities, and I'm speaking in terms of what is the masses. Where the masses is always going to be someone on the extreme right, someone going to be on the extreme left. So when you have that, everybody gonna be right. I don't care what position you take. Every position is correct. But when I speak, I'm speaking in terms of where are the masses. And the masses are,
the masses, though? What do you call
and
the
I'm
masses?
telling
Because are the
you,
masses really getting married like that right now?
huh?
I'm asking because I don't know. I
I'm
hadn't
telling
looked
you,
at
the masses is this right here. If you're in a relationship and you've been in that relationship 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, you've been with somebody for 20 years,
And
you could have been married.
No,
And you
let's not do
you
this.
don't get
No,
the benefits of that.
that's if marriage is your goal, but like
If you've been together with somebody 20 years,
hold on,
it should have been your goal.
hold on.
No,
Let me tell
let's
you.
not do that.
I know
Because if
people.
marriage is not their
I know
goal, we
people
can't be
who
shaming people out here to sign
absolutely.
legal documentation.
I
That ties
know
them to a
people
person.
who
No.
didn't get married because financially it didn't make sense. For example, if somebody is getting alimony and they like, I ain't finna make my damn alimony up for a piece of paper, then
Okay. How many people have you met like that?
I've met quite a few.
How many people have you personally met like that?
at least four. My mother was included.
Okay, there's 4 women out of how many women have you met? You have met thousands of women. So 4 out of the 1,000 didn't get married because of alimony.
That I've had close enough relationships with to know them.
Okay.
Because everybody,
I'm assuming, I'm not talking every woman that you have came in contact with. I'm talking about the women that you have had close enough contact to have conversation.
I'm not one that has a lot of close women friends. And the ones that I have that have been married that decided they wasn't getting married again, usually it's because it didn't make sense for financial reasons.
Right.
Okay, before we go any further, I know we got a couple people. Sharon, she chimed in with comments. And everyone out there, make sure you do this. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you got questions, you got something that you want to be said, put it in that chat. Let's get it on out. We're gonna have that discussion on. And I'm just like you said, like my title said, ask old man. So.
Okay, sure. You said the equally yoked is a standard that is complex and broad. Yes, in all religions, there's the same message outside of their beliefs. Others are not equal. So here's what I want to say about the equally yoked. And thank you for bringing this up, Sure. I feel like a lot of people really do misconstrue what that even means or has the potential to mean, and they lock it down and think for Christianity, you can't be with a non-believer, or you can't believe in somebody that doesn't believe in Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit, in the same parameters that you do. I look at equally yoked as financially. That don't even mean y'all got to make the same amount of money. Do you have a similar mindset when it comes to money? If they're a spender and you're a saver, can y'all peacefully coexist? I look at equally yoked as emotional intelligence. If they have the fucking maturity level of a 2-year-old and you're out here trying to build legacy, how's that going to make sense? Do you have the same mindset when it comes to how many kids you want, how you want to parent your children, right? The things that you want to do in life. Are you equally yoked? If you want to travel abroad and see the world and they're like, I'm not stepping foot out.
They don't want to leave Miami.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, Belsom, right? That's what they talk about.
Those of you on the internet where Belsom is just a real small suburban city for Birmingham.
Right. Okay. This is how they told me to pronounce when I moved here, Belmont. I said, okay, whatever. Y'all can have that, right? But
that ain't where your little girl from that got kidnapped by the clown is.
What? Oh shit! Girl, no. Be quiet.
She was from Hoover.
She's from a different zip code. But yeah, I think people really take the equally yoked concept. And again, thank you, Chef, for bringing it up, because people minimize it and they make it this little small parameter, but it's huge. Like, you really have to be equally yoked, because yoke means to bind together in its essence and in a simple explanation, right? How can you bind together and bond together with somebody who's trying to go left and you're trying to go right, or they're trying to go forward and you're trying to go backward, or they want to stay still and you want to move? So we need to look at it across the levels and the areas of our life, right? Also, sure, you asked, did I consider the 6 weeks as love bombing? No. So, in what I think it was normalized for me because it had been my experience already. Like, I got my first marriage proposal when I was, having to go back in my mind, I was 17. I got my first marriage proposal. And I talked him into giving me a promise ring instead because I knew I was not ready. He wanted to go into the military. He wanted us to be married so I could get benefits and all that. And I was like, no, that's a lot. What? And then I got my second, I think I was 20 or 21. And then, from there, I've had multiple. But it was always, I do agree that I think women know too. I think when we meet a person, we know either this somebody that I have an interest in and I could see myself building something with them. Let me invest in this and see what happens. Or hell no, this just gonna be my fuck buddy. Or hell no, this just gonna be my friend. Or no, this dude can't even breathe the same air as me. I don't think it's just men that know. I think women know too. And so I didn't take it as love bombing. It was, but it also, let me say this, I was prepared for it because I knew how I would meet my ex-husband a year before I met him. I had no idea who he was, but Spirit was kind of like, okay, you be on that fuck shit, so we're going to go ahead and warn you and tell you how this is going to all play out and how this is going to happen. So I knew, like, from the time I met him, how things were going to happen. And everything that I had been shown and heard is how we met, how we were introduced, like all of it, right? So I think that's a part of having to have a certain level of comfort in your spiritual journey.
Right.
Going back to the original question, are spiritual beliefs, how do you navigate spiritual beliefs and life beliefs? And I think that's a huge part of making sure that you're equally yoked. Because like me, I'm not Christian. Do I love God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, all that? Yep, we cool. Me and Jesus ride like 4 flat tires. You know what I'm saying? We down. But I'm not Christian anymore. I grew up Christian. I was raised in Christianity. That's just not my lane. I was groomed to go into pastoralship in my 20s, right? I went to theological seminary, did all of it. And that was the lane that I was supposed to be in. And I just got to a point one day when I knew this is not who I am. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And I had to honor the calling that I felt was different than that lane, right? And so I've dated those who are still Christian. Some of my best friends are Christian. I've dated those who are spiritual. Like
now you
me.
sound like a racist. Some of my best friends are black.
Really? Do you invite them to dinner?
No. No.
My best friend, some of your friends that are black, I think they mean they work for me.
That's right. But that being said, this, and for me, and I want to ask y'all this, like, y'all tell me what you think. And if you're with us live in the comments, tell us what you think. Or if you're catching the replay later on, tell me what you think on this. Because I feel like for me, I have noticed a difference. When our spiritual beliefs were more aligned, even in my marriage, our beliefs were very similar and there was a lot of overlap, but there was some difference, and that caused some struggle. And I've noticed it in my relationships and in my friendship. There are certain things, like me being a spiritual person, I tend to be way more open than my Christian friends. Now, that's not for all of them.
The guy that you married, that was the one that you actually respected. Now, all the proposals, they don't even count. We don't even count them. So what? Because I'm going to tell you, a woman being proposed to and is just like saying, hey, 6 guys tried to have sex with me today. That ain't no flex. That
not the same thing.
You can walk in a direction. I promise you they're going to come.
No.
I mean,
I met men who have never proposed, and I met women who have never had a proposal. So what we not gonna do is minimize me, because
I wouldn't doubt it. Listen, I've seen you in person. I know what you look like. You gonna get it, but I'm here to tell you right. You'll get proposed. You'll get approached. You'll get all those things. But I'm telling you this right here.
No,
the one that you said yes to.
What we're not gonna do is minimize me. I'm not just
listen, I get it.
What he's saying is the quality. Just because you get proposed to doesn't mean you're going to accept every proposal. It's like the quality. remember now, quality over quantity, because there's there's like a fuckload of men that'll ask you out too, that damn well you wouldn't even look at them.
The ones that you say yes to is the ones that you respect.
I'm gonna mute both of y'all. Pause. What we're not gonna do, because I'm gonna take this very seriously. What we're not gonna do is minimize marriage. Now, y'all can say what you want about me. I don't give a fuck. What we're not gonna do is minimize marriage, because what I hear you all saying is that men are out here just proposing. We're not even talking about me right
now. No, they are. No,
Hold on. Wait, let me hear you what I'm saying, because that's why I keep looking down, because I see the messages and I have people text me that are watching this too. And I got a few people that's commenting like, what the fuck? So let me clear this up. I don't give a fuck what you say about me, because I like me. Doesn't matter. But what
listen, I see you in person. Go ahead.
All right,
hold on. What I am going to say is, let's not minimize people. Let's not about me, but let's not minimize people getting proposals, and let's not minimize men proposing, because if they go out there and spend their hard-earned money and they're spending $3, $4, $5, $6, $10,000 on the ring, and they're setting up elaborate proposals and doing all of it, it's very likely they're not proposing for some pussy that they can get for free somewhere else or for a couple $100. So let's not minimize and make it seem
not minimizing that. No.
Listen, I got somebody in my messages that's
listen to what I'm saying. I don't know what Rodney's saying, but listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, men will propose when they see a good catch. They will propose quick. They will propose quick, because a lot of times they might not even be ready themselves. But what it is that they don't want anyone else to snap you up.
And that may be true. But what I'm saying, let's not minimize the fact that there are people. Y'all know how I feel. I could take marriage or leave it. I don't think that marriage is the end game. But there are a lot of people that put a lot of stock.
Well, the reason, hold on. The reason I said this is I was military.
Sure.
I was military, and a lot of men got married for benefits.
Very true.
A lot of men got married for benefits. And you know what we used to call their wives when we would go out to sea? When I was on the West Coast, we called them Westpac widows, because them bitches act like they dead. They had husbands that was dead.
Oh God. Okay.
They would move these dudes into their homes while these guys was out to sea. I'm telling you, I've seen it. There's a lot of people that got married for the extra money. We call it BAQ and BAS, which is basic allowance for quarters and basic allowance for subsistence. So that was an extra, like at that time, that was like $9, $10, that was like $900, $1,000 a month. That's a lot to an E2, E3, especially back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? 80s and 90s. Yeah. So a lot of people, like Cher was saying, got married for convenience or settled for somebody. And so that's the thing. I've seen both sides. I've seen guys that got married. I've seen guys that got married just because of they wanted benefits or the chick was pregnant. Yeah. And they knew there was going to
get married.
Let me share.
Minimize it for the people that mean it. Again, I'm responding specifically to don't give a fuck about me, but I got multiple messages when you started going down the
Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and
minimize that, or try to make it seem like men are only out here being niggas and proposing because they want some pussy. Because
that's not what I said. Let me go ahead and clarify what I was saying. I'm saying this right here. One, when a man, I'm saying a couple of things. I said when a man proposed, he know exactly what he wants. All right. And the other one is this right here. I'm telling you this right here. The number of proposals that any woman get, not just you, any woman get, they don't mean that, because women accept proposal from the men that they respect. And they respect their mind. Now, when a guy, women don't accept proposals and say, hey, yeah, I'll marry you, and they don't respect the guy. They don't respect him. Now, I'm telling you this right here. And the other one is this right here. Now, the other one is this right here. Well, didn't say about you. I'm not saying,
I'm not talking about me. I'm saying
yeah,
that's not
because
true in
you brought
general.
you up, but I'm gonna tell you right here. But I'm telling you, I've seen you in person. All right, you're a fox. You're a winner. You don't get a lot of looks. But I'm saying this right here. Just because you get a bunch of proposals, that don't mean nothing. It's the one that you said yes to. That's the guy that you respect. You respect him more than you respect those
That's
other people who did propose. So otherwise, you'd have told them yes.
That's not true. Well, you were there last week, weren't you? When or either the week before, I shared one of the examples of I
Hey,
had said
you
yes.
can repeat that again. You kind of broke up just a little. All right.
I said that's not true. Now, since you keep directing it to me because you've met me in person at the barbershop, I'll use me example and then I'll go back general. That being said, that's not true. I had another situation before I got married, years before, with a proposal. Well, I did say yes, but I ended up walking away. And I shared this 2 weeks ago, and I gave the ring back because I loved him enough that I was not willing to get married while he was in the middle of mental health battles. I felt like he needed to be first party. That's love to me.
Yeah.
That was genuine. I love you more than just being married or just having this ring or just having this wedding or your money or whatever. I want you to thrive. So there are a lot of times that people say yes or no based on a whole context of circumstances. And hold on, because let me read this. I don't want to butcher this verbatim. So I'm getting a text message. I said no, because no matter how much I loved him, I knew I wasn't ready. And that's a thing. Let's stop normalizing the narrative that if a woman says yes or no, it's only because she respected him or didn't. Or if a woman gets, this or that, she's better than, because a lot of women will try to make it seem like, and this is why I talk about some of my things more transparently, because I want to normalize being fucked up. We are not perfect. We are messy, chaotic human beings. And that doesn't mean we get to go out there and bleed on people. But we have to acknowledge where our struggles is, right? My fear was in commitment. So it didn't matter how much I loved the person back then or how much I liked him or respected him. My fear was in losing myself in marriage or relationship. And that's most of the time what prompted me to say no. It had little to do with me
That's a
loving him.
common fear.
Right. And it had everything to do with me. Now, let's also make it clear that from my perspective, I'm not saying that some people aren't fuck niggas or fuck girls and they're not proposing or saying yes because of whatever. But I just refuse to believe. Ain't no man proposing to me because I got a nice chest or a fat ass. They're proposing because of what they saw in me and what they wanted to build together. That's why I chose to get married at some point. It was not that I respected him more than other people. It was at that point I felt like I was ready. Now I still was wrong about that, but at that moment I felt like I was ready.
Now, men, we don't propose because of butts and chests. Now, butts and chests is what makes you physically attracted when you notice them across the room. And you can move in and you start to get to know someone there. But nobody marry for just sex unless you, I guess, extremely wealthy. But then I don't know how the millionaires live. I would love to find out. Maybe I could, marry a woman because I got about $60 million, $100 million, and I could marry her for the weekend or something like that. Before the when those laws kick in where they got to pay a certain amount or whatever.
And let's also be clear about the fact, I'm saying from my perspective and what I've seen, everybody ain't getting married and saying yes because they respect the person. Like Cher's comment said, a lot of people get married for convenience and settle for the person they're with for whatever the reason. That some people don't even like each other when they get married. They are getting married because of the inherent benefits that they see.
That's a marriage of convenience. A lot of old folks do that.
You're not married, then you're a prisoner.
But it doesn't matter. I'm saying to address the comment of everybody ain't getting married because they so in love or because they respect the person. There's plenty of women out here not marrying men marrying men they don't even like. There's plenty of men marrying women they don't even like. I'm convinced.
Let's make a deal group.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal.
There are a lot of people
I do this, you do that.
And getting married, going back to, I think it was you, Gypsy, that said it. Sometimes they don't want anybody else to have you. I am convinced a lot of people get married for that. That being said, I still believe most times when a person is going through all of that to do the proposal, buy the ring, spend all this money, and build this life with this person, I choose to believe that most times it's because they genuinely want to be with that person, whether things are perfect.
I do too.
And let's not make it seem like folks just out here throwing rings and proposals in the wind because they saw some ass. That ain't what's happening.
But if you do decide to do that, reach out to me, Rotten Wheels Photography. I'll capture that moment. I love to capture that moment for you. Rotten Wheels Photography.
Great promo. Casey's laughing. Casey said compatibility is everything. Religion is one of the major things you and your partner should be aligned on. So I'm going to ask you this question, Casey. Is it religion? Is it spirituality? Is it beliefs? Because religion is a practice, right? That's a set of rules in my mind. So is it the commonality of the beliefs and how you want to live? What is it you're saying that they should be aligned in? And then Casey said, no matter how fine she is, a messed up attitude makes her ugly. Never will get married just for looks. I'm with you and you're right. And that's why I'm saying I think most people,
He said the deal marriages seem to last longer than people that get married for them. Absolutely, because you know what? The thing is it's a business contract then. It's a business deal.
Come on. I've been saying this for how long? Y'all have heard me say almost every episode. I think life is transactional and I think relationships are transactional. Yep. I agree with you, Casey. I think deal marriages last longer because they went into it being fucking honest. It wasn't all that pretense of, oh my God, I love you and I can't live without you. But that's rarely true for most people, no matter how much you love a person.
Right. Because somebody's gonna piss you off.
Right. Yeah. I think they last because you come to the table and you negotiate. Here's what I need. Here's what you need. Here's this middle ground. Here are our deal breakers. Let's go. And when we're honest, it gives us the ability to go forward in transparency with one another, which already means you got a leg up from the people that's up there telling me, oh, I just love him so much that I can't live without him.
And I'm going to be faithful.
Wait. I think people are trying to tell the truth and they say they're going to be faithful.
He already had one leg out of his drawers when he said that. Because a lot of times he wasn't faithful in the damn courtship either.
Well, you know what? Now I would say this right here. Gypsy make a great point. If the guy is cheating and he's stepping out, even in the courtship, he is not the good guy to say I do to. He's not going to change. You know, because that goes back to what we was originally talking about when you have a belief system in something greater than yourself. I don't care what it is. Even if you worship crickets, flowers, daffodils, or whatever you do, you gotta have faith, a belief in something greater than yourself, so it can hold you to it, and so you can make your promises and contracts and all those on those things, and that's what keeps you a little honest. That's the same thing I tell folks, even they talk about guys, got all these kids and not taking care of their kids, and the next person come along and have a kid with him, and they seem to be surprised that he don't take care of that kid. Hell, he wasn't taking care of none of the kids before. In fact, he was on this couch, on his mama couch or somebody's couch, and for some reason they thought he a great candidate to be a father. Take care of himself.
A lot of times they think they will be the one to change him.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
But that goes back to the original question too, is that get with people they know they're not spiritually aligned with, or their value system is not aligned with them, thinking they can change them. You can't change nobody but yourself and your drawers. That's it.
And let's also talk about the fact, since you're saying men out here passing proposals to anybody.
No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I said. That's not. I said men, they are offering proposal to the woman that they want. Okay. All right. A man, he can date Mary, he can date her 10 years. And then Jane come along, he date her 20 minutes, and he marry Jane. Because that's the one that he want.
Now that's true.
I got
another
placeholder.
Huh?
Mary was a placeholder.
I don't know. He just was, you know, he went up.
Seriously, because you know what? Let me tell you something. This is one thing I have learned. When men say, I'm not ready for a relationship, what they mean, and you better read between the lines, is
I'm not
the
ready for
with
one.
you is silent.
Yeah.
With you is silent. I don't want a relationship with you. It's not, I don't want a relationship. I don't want a relationship with you.
Well, they can do better.
No, but that,
In their mind, they can do better. They can get better.
absolutely, but that's the thing though. We have got to get out of waiting for somebody to see our value. See our own damn value. Fuck you.
Okay, so let me ask a real question at the risk of throwing myself up under the bus. Let me ask.
Listen, hey, let me say this. You're not gonna be. You're gonna be all the content.
The risk of throwing myself up under the bus, because I've said that before. I'm not ready for a relationship now, and I honestly have said that. But that's not what I meant. What I meant was, I'm not ready. I got shit within me that needs my attention, and I don't have the emotional space or bandwidth to share that with another person right now. I genuinely, thinking about the person that I said it to the last time, I meant it. I really enjoyed that person. I really liked that person. I honestly could have seen something with that person long term. But I also knew I had too much shit going on internally, and I didn't have enough of me to share it with that person at that moment. So do you think that's different from a woman's perspective versus a man? Because I get what you're saying. Like, if they're saying that, they kind of can be saying, I don't want it with you. I don't feel it. I don't see it. This ain't happening. And they can turn around, man or woman, and jump in with the next person all in.
I'm not gonna. Well, I'm gonna say this. Does he listen to this program?
The guy said it to the last time.
Yeah.
Sometimes yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna hold it.
Say whatever you got. I actually have several exes that listen to the podcast unintentionally.
Okay. Well, hey, listen here. What's that little thing? It's some little thing. I don't know what they said. The young folks said, because he remember my old man. She a runner. She a track star. Run, B, run, dude, run. Man, listen. No, listen. I'm just having fun now. I'm just having fun. But listen, what it suggests this right here, that you make people right now. I know you pursuing your passion. You pursuing your passion. And if that guy was the right guy, if he was the right guy, I guarantee you, things get adjusted. And right now, your passion is just greater than, I guess, greater than him. Well, I won't just say it like that, because I don't know the guy, man. He may be a fantastic guy, and I guarantee you he is, because I've seen the few people who I have seen you around. They good quality people, Gypsy, Bennett, you know. So and me, hell, I'm a great quality person. But so you around good people. So, but right now you are pursuing your passion. And if he can wait it out, he'll probably get you.
But I mean, y'all genuinely think that every time a person says that, or majority of the time a person says that, is because they're looking at that person and saying, you're just not worth it for me to make those changes?
Yes. That's correct. Because the next guy that come along and you just be so infatuated with, you drop everything. You quit the podcast mid show.
You know, at least let the suspicion run out. She ain't gonna.
Hey, I'll be right back. Hey, Cher, you think she'll leave mid show comment? Cher.
Oh my God.
But okay. No, but seriously though, Jay, because think about this. I want you to go back to think about what you said earlier, that you've known at 6 weeks and you've known at 6 months. there was something about them that made you know right away. And so when you say, hold on now,
I'm
so
listening.
when you say I'm not ready for you.
But in those moments in my life, I think those particular people just had the fortune of meeting me in those moments, because there are moments in my life that I felt like, I want this, I'm ready. I want to be committed. I want to have my person. Yay. And then there are moments in my life where I was like, I don't have the bandwidth for anything outside of this. And I struggle with that even in my friendships. That extra energy that it takes to be the business owner that I am with the kind of work that I do, right? And being that safe space for people, and then taking care of my own well-being energetically and mentally and spiritually and emotionally, and then still having something outside of that to give to the people that I love, whether it be my loved ones, family, friends, man, whoever. And there are moments of honesty in my life where it's like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling balanced. I got enough. Let's roll. Let's get jiggy with it. And then there are moments where I was like, sis, sit the fuck down. You ain't got it. Like,
But
because
if the right guy came along, you would make room.
That's right.
The right guy came along, you would make room. And that's the thing. Because like, there's no perfect time to have a relationship, to have kids, there's not a perfect time to do anything in this life, because life be fucking life. There's not a perfect time. So
let me put this comment up here. Okay, Kate,
okay.
Let me catch up. Sure. First of all, what did you mean? This is not what's happening, old man. Tell us what you meant by that. Casey said, I meant all of those with you when you're right, Casey. It's got to be alignment on all the things. You're laughing. What you laughing at, yo? What you laughing at? Sure said, women are taught that is what between their legs will keep a man. When they see that they will be the one to change him, when they see that, they will be the one to change him. Vice versa for men who are trying to save her. That I agree with. It's too many people out here being digmatized and pussymatized because they think that sexual organ is going to be enough to heal a person. That ain't healing shit if they don't want to be healed. But this is where I'm going. So for me, I guess in my spaces of being there, Casey said relationships are better when both people are in good headspaces about where they are in life. And that's my point. For me, it wasn't a purpose of I'm not making enough money or I need to focus. It was always I'm recognizing a deficit within me that needs my attention. And I've been the same way in my friendships. Like I'm that friend that'll be like, hey, yo, so I'm about to go dark for a little bit. I need to be silent and sit still because I need to recalibrate. And in those moments, I've recognized that I either don't have the emotional capacity or the energetic capacity to share enough of me to sustain it with someone else, because all of me needs that, right? And that could have been because this is real life for me. There are moments in my life where I recognize I've heard too much trauma, because I'm often with people in the best moments of their life and often with the worst moments of their life. And there are moments when I get to a point and recognize my boundaries have not been solid enough, or they were too flexible, and I have become depleted because of all that I have listened to and heard and vicariously experienced through them, right? And in those moments, when I was in relationship, I felt like I was taking away from my experience with that person, because I had to sit and be still and be quiet. And that affect when a person really loves you and you really love them and you shut down like that, that can affect a person. So I've always been really cognizant of not intentionally hurting or harming other people, right? Being aware of my own shit so that I can have autonomy and face my shit. And I feel like enough of us don't do that. That's my thought on that. I feel like enough of us as adults don't stand in the autonomy that it takes to face our own shit, and we want to be with somebody else to make it easier or get them to heal us and do the work for us, instead of sometimes recognizing that it's better to be not alone, but it's better to be solo and navigate through some of that pain and release it than to drag another person through it with you. Y'all feel what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, hey.
I feel you totally. However, if the right person comes along, a person that you vibe with and things like that, even single for a minute, the right person comes along, you will change that.
So what y'all saying is like, Benny, you just didn't want them enough, Jay.
There you go.
Absolutely.
And I also want to say this right here. I don't know a couple of things. I can't allow my friends to go dog by themselves. You don't know what that means. You can go dog by yourself. I don't allow nobody to be by themselves. They my friend. Come on. And then when you said, when a woman shut down, it bothered folk, hell, it wouldn't bother me. Because I said I'd never be in a relationship with another woman again. When they play that silent treatment, don't speak for days. Hell, you don't speak to me for a couple of days. Hey, when you finally speak to me, we find out, hey, we don't even go together no more.
So, Casey, I have a
I
question.
never go through that again. I'd have been there, done that, and would never do it again.
Never,
Hey,
never, ever could have never,
hey,
ever.
I don't read minds. I don't read minds. I don't even
Well,
try.
that's about communication, because I don't
I
just
have
go.
a
I have
question.
that conversation and say, "This is what I
Right.
need, so let me be." But I think that goes back to the respect that people have with people. Can you communicate where you are and what you need to do, and not just ghost people and go silent? Because that is very shitty.
Yeah, that is shitty.
Even that bullshit.
But I have a question for Casey. I mean, I hear what he just said about the relationships are better when two people are in a good headspace. However, have you met someone when you said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to be single for a while. I'm going to be solo. I'm going to do me. And then met someone that made you just say, you know what? Hey, I was going to be solo, but I like this.
Who the hell chooses to be celibate?
Oh shit.
Shut up. I ain't saying nothing about celibate. I did not.
Okay.
I said he wants to be solo, and he was talking. So, Casey, have you been in that made you change your mind? Have you been in that space and then you change your mind meeting someone? He says it's possible. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Is like, you could go forward with the, hey, I'm gonna be in my own space and I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna be solo dolo, but I'm gonna have friends I kick it with, this that, and the other, and meet the right person and be like, I was gonna do that.
See, what happened was,
What
all I'm
happened?
first of all, okay, there are plenty of people that are celibate, and I respect it. I respect it. There are different
I do
reasons,
too.
whether
It just ain't
it's
for me.
health wise, mental health, whatever, that people choose to be celibate.
Well, hey, those are that's fine. If a person choose that, just let me know before I take you out on a date. It's gonna determine where we go.
They don't guarantee you gonna get something anyway, because them I can
Hey,
be my
listen here. You will by the third date, or you won't get another one. I guarantee you that. I told you, listen,
anywhere you take me, I can take myself.
you have to on that fourth date.
Oh my God. So what you telling them, Rodney, is you as an eligible bachelor are now putting the ladies on notice that should they choose to engage in this experience with you today, by the fourth date, they better be ready to spread them legs. Is that what you're saying?
Listen, no, well, yeah, that's right. By the third, cause listen, this is what I say also.
Okay.
Never go out with anybody that you don't have some type of attraction to. Never accept that, because when a man asks you out, he's telling you up front, I have romantic interest in you.
Okay.
Now, that's what he's saying up front. And if you don't have a romantic interest with the guy, don't accept the date. Now, if you're not sure you accept the date, that's fine. But during that first date, what you should be doing is this right here. You should be judging and investigating his character, his personality, his traits. You go out again. Again, you're investigating his character, traits, and if he's, making sure that he is someone that you are attracted to. If you're not, don't go again. Now he asks you out again that third time, that third time you need to be prepared. Because see, at our age, I'm telling you, I ain't guaranteed much time. I see too many people my age checking out.
Well, I'm finna give you a freebie.
Give it to them, girl.
We know when
By the
we
first
meet
date.
you whether or not you gonna even get to sniff the draws.
Of course, I know that.
But
Hey,
hold on. But you know what happens? A lot of men talk themselves out of the draws because they fucking
Say it again. Say it again. Listen, men will talk themselves out of pussy every single time.
Every single time.
They need to go back to what we was. They need to go back to when we was. You remember when we was in middle school and high school, and you should let your mixtape say it for you. Here you go, baby. Check this mixtape out. Look at song number 3. This is what I'm saying to you.
It might work better than half the stuff.
It might work better because sometimes y'all mouth cancel.
Play song 8, baby.
Your mouth will cancel. Your mouth will cancel the pussy appointment.
Every time. Men will talk themselves out of pussy every time.
Yeah.
Now, going back to the original question, because this still ties in, this is why I'm a fan of having grown-up adult conversation. I ain't saying you got to talk about sex on the first, second, or third date.
No.
But fairly soon after meeting and deciding to engage, you need to be talking about sex and your sexual interest and your intimacy desires and the things that you want. What are your deal breakers? What are your must-haves? What are your curiosities? Because that's another way that you need to figure out, are you and this person aligned? If they only want to have sex once a week or once a month because that's where their sex drive is, and you trying to fuck like rabbits 2-3 times a day, y'all ain't aligned and y'all ain't yoked well, and it's not gonna work. If they're having health issues that have slowed their libido down, do you know about that? Are you willing to be graceful and compassionate? You know what I'm saying?
Do they have a blue pill?
What?
Do they have a blue pill?
Do they have some pills, some herbal support? You know what I'm saying? Some medicinal support. Are you, if they have a sex addiction, are you willing to deal with that? Right? If they have an injury that prevents them from having sex, so they can only do it in certain positions or whatever. Like,
or if they have a position that they want to do and you ain't that.
Right. Are they a little bit too far outside your freak zone? You know, these are things people need to be willing to talk about. Y'all shouldn't be walking down the aisle talking about, I want to save it till marriage. Well, you can save it till marriage, but you still need to be talking about it, because you don't need to be married talking about, well, damn, I ain't know it was gonna be like this.
Hey, I
wish those marriage, because guess what? I don't drive no motherfucking car after I buy it. I'm gonna goddamn drive that car first and see if I even like to ride.
There you go.
Because that might not even fit comfortable in the seat. If it don't fit comfortable in the seat, I put that bitch back on the lot.
Oh my God.
Well, I do believe in test driving the car before you buy. But I also, I don't say you go ahead and dog the car out, riding up down the freeway doing 100 miles per hour on your test drive.
Yeah, that ain't a test drive.
And you can't keep going back test driving it.
You bought that bitch. You leased it with the option. I'm right. Hey, hello, Donna. That's right.
Hey, Donna. Casey said, but if I feel like I need to work on myself, then that definitely will be a priority before a relationship at the time. See, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. Let's keep normalizing. But you don't have to say yes. No matter how much you like and love a person, you don't have to say yes if it feels like you're taking away from what you need. I am an advocate for
I would agree with that too.
Well-being and wellness. And a lot of times we are out here jumping and shit we ain't got no reason being in, because we love that person, we like that person, we don't want to hurt that person, or we don't want to be alone. And I think this is part of why a lot of marriages end and a lot of relationships end. When they really loved each other, they could have made it work, but they jumped in too soon, or they tried to force it when they weren't ready.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I agree with you too, Casey. And also I say this right here. I truly believe this right here. Depending on how long you was in your relationship, you in a relationship 4-5 years, and you in that relationship, well, you're not ready in 2-3 weeks or 2-3 days or even 2-3 months, and you may not even be ready for another year. So you don't just simply go and just jump on the carousel just because I used to hear folks when people would get a divorce and they family say, you need to get back out there. No, you don't. Especially if you're young, you got kids. I tell folks all the time, your number one job after divorce and you got kids, your number one job is simply take care of your kids. It's not to get in another relationship, not to find you the next spouse. Your number one job is to take care of your kids. Once you
Yeah.
take care of your kids and take care of yourself, then take care of your kids. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not gonna be able to take care of your kids. Once you do that, and once you heal yourself and get some counseling, and I'm telling
That
you right now, you
what
need to get some professional counseling. Get you some professional counseling. Then after that point and after some time, then you can go. Because see, when you're in a relationship, what you have become customized. You become customized for the person that you was with. If you was in a relationship with somebody 10, especially some, now we have relationship that's folks been together 10, 15 years, 20 years. Well, when you in that 10, 15 year, you need more than a year. You need a couple of years before you're ready because you have become customized for whoever that guy was. If that guy like having sex 2 times a week, that's what you think you're supposed to do 2 times a week. That guy like chicken on Mondays, and that's what you cook. Heck, that's what you end up doing, cooking chicken on Mondays after that because you have become customized for whatever that person is. That same thing for guys who you have become customized for that woman. You guys need to take a little time and just heal yourself and take care of your kids, and then you can start looking at somebody later on. But if you just leave, get divorced after one of those, break up from those long relationships, then you go jump back in. Well, you only just buying time, treading water. It won't be long for that relationship over because whatever the problem that it ended that first relationship, it's now simply going to come up later in that second relationship, and it's going to doom it too.
You know what? And I'm glad you said therapy because a lot of people won't get therapy. They need to normalize therapy because for the longest time, let's be honest now, in the Black community, it was not normalized. And that we need to normalize getting therapy to heal yourself before you go and break other people. I mean, I got this saying, and I always tell people, stop bleeding on folks that didn't cut you.
That right there, that's all I'm saying. This is why I push this every time we hit this part of the conversation on any episode. Let's stop making people feel like because they meet a good person or because they like a person, they got to say yes right then. This, because mental health is a thing, right? Emotional well-being is a thing, right? Well-being, period, is a thing. And sometimes if you are not balanced, if you are not where you need to be, if you don't have the emotional capacity, if you don't have the energetic capacity, jumping into a relationship, I don't care how great that person is, I don't care how much you may genuinely love or like them and respect them. Sometimes it is more prudent and it is best to say no. No.
I would say this even before saying no.
Ourselves.
I would say you shouldn't even be in a relationship. You even said after saying no, if you hadn't completely healed.
I'm not even talking about a proposal. When I say yes, I'm talking about to even dating or being in a relationship.
Yeah.
When people ask us, sometimes no is the best answer.
Yeah,
because
that's
we
right.
can like them, we can love them, we can respect them. But if we are not healthy, well, and whole, we need to say the fuck by ourselves and deal with our shit before we go jumping under somebody else. That bullshit saying the best way to get over one man is up under a new one. That may be true if you just want a fuck buddy, but it's not true if you want to genuinely heal and be healthy for the next relationship. And it's the same.
And wait a minute,
for the next woman.
Hold on and back it up, because that's not true if you don't want to create all these fucking soul ties that'll make your ass be damn bound to somebody. I mean, they got different toys out here. You don't need no dude. You get you a rose.
And this is why I said sometimes
a dozen? You want a dozen? Or them chocolate roses? You want a dozen roses or them chocolate roses?
All you need is one mic.
The girls know what I'm talking about. You may not know, but the girls know what I'm talking about.
All you need is
get your rose. It don't talk back. You put the bitch back on the shelf when you finish.
Hell, I believe if that rose started taking out trash, I believe y'all wouldn't even need a guy.
Well, I ain't gonna never say I don't need men. I love men. I think men are amazing. But
we
men,
have
to normalize healing. We have to normalize dealing with our shit.
But also the other thing is we have to normalize not getting with people because you need them, but get with them because you want them. Never get anybody out of a need. There are some men that can't fucking cook and they get with a girl because they want somebody to cook for them. You better learn how to damn cook. Go take a class.
Yeah.
Don't get with anybody because you need them, because when the need is gone, so are they.
There you go. I'll agree with you, Gypsy.
Once you heal them, you're never going to respect them like you did when they were still broken, because you got with them when they were broken for a reason. And don't let a person get with you when you're broken, because if they do, they're going to want you to stay there. And a lot of people, unintentional or intentional, will sabotage you where you are. Now, this ain't saying you got to be 100% and you got to be perfect, not at all. But when you know there is a true deficit within you that needs your attention, don't let that be the thing that makes you latch onto someone or someone latch onto you. Because most times if they want you in that state, it's because you're malleable and you're easily to be assessed. Hey, y'all, forgive me. Let me get LaPew Winslow here. That's why I was doing shit on my phone, because he was trying to get on and was having tech difficulties. What's up, LaPew?
Hey!
You gotta put me on the spot. What up, friend?
What up,
Oh no! Look, I feel I'm by myself tonight. I need my boys on here. I
Man,
came in.
I just come with it.
No. I came
what
in
you're not gonna do is now.
You look like in the studio, brother.
What's up, baby? Gypsy, what you drinking, Gypsy?
So I just I got a little bit left. I have it was my birthday drink, and it was a punch that was made for me with a Jamaican rum, but it was a white rum, and it had ice cream in it and some other stuff, and then you put it in the blender. Yes, it's amazing.
You gotta send me that. Send me that. I got it.
It's amazing. Amazing.
Sean Parker said mental health need to be normalized for black men, not just black men. I would say the whole entire black community.
But yeah, I'm gonna step on this with Sean. Black men, because black men still feel like they don't need nobody to talk to. More black women are in.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. It's not many places black men can go to even talk. With outside of other black men. All right, because I'm gonna be honest. As far as a man, I'm gonna be honest. When a man we come together, we can talk something, but I don't want to hear no complaining. I'm like, bro, you better pick that thing up and get it moving, get to work, doing what needs to be done. But
that's why they don't have safe space. That right there, you part of the problem.
You part of the problem.
Listen, but there's a certain way that men can talk to other men, and we totally understand. And we get, and we get. I got my small group. And we get it. But when we out there in the middle of the thing, and man, I don't want to hear no whining about that. Man, you better get it done. Let's get it done.
Part of the problem. That whole bullshit culture that men can't cry. Men can't.
No, I ain't saying we can't cry. I'm telling you right now, when it comes to all of that, when it comes to getting certain things done, I'm telling you right now, the world, nobody cares if we cry or anything or not. What the expectation is that we gonna get it done.
That's part
the expectation is that we gonna get it done. And if a man, I guarantee you, if your man come to you crying, baby, I can't get this light money, I can't do that, I guarantee he ain't gonna be your man long.
It ain't about the light money. We talking about mental health, not about his focus being.
You don't went somewhere else. We talking about mental health and well-being.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about take care. Now, I just said mental health. Ain't nothing wrong with getting therapy, because I have gone to therapy before. But but I know nobody want to hear if I'm not getting certain things done, if I'm not progressing on my job like I want to be. I'm not. I can't on my in my business. If I can't find customers and get customers like I need to, nobody care about a wine.
It's part of his mental health, though. A lot of times that leads to his mental health breakdown, and if he can't talk to someone about it,
did we lose my brother? What happened?
No, he went to go get something to drink. It looked like.
Oh, okay, I thought we had lost it.
Okay, but at the end of the day, what we're talking about is mental health, and you're talking about
Right.
he got to be able to find solutions. And I agree with you. Men
Yeah.
do have, they want to be leaders and they want to be the strongest sex and all this other
Right.
whatever stuff. Yeah, you do have to come to me with some solutions. But I'm also, if you're my man, I'm also going to expect that I'm the safe place for you to land. And if you had a hard fucking day at work, I need for you to be able to cry that shit out and be like, I want to punch that nigga in his face. But I
Mhm.
calmed myself, I kept my composure, and now you come home and you let it out. I ain't saying he, because you use the word whining, I'm going to use your word. I'm not saying he gets to whine about everything, but you know what? Guess the fuck what? I don't want my female friends to come to me and whine about shit all the
Right.
time. You got
Right.
twice. Come to me and get it out. Come to me and vent. Third time, we need to be talking about solutions because I'm not your dumping ground just to be talking about fuck shit for no reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Well,
let's
well,
not,
I
let's
guess
not
we
make
had
it seem like
a
we're saying
little.
you can't be
I guess
vulnerable.
we had a difference in terms of what we was talking about then. Because like I said, I do believe, and if you have a mental health issues, I believe in getting help from professionals. But I do also believe that when it comes to stuff like professional thing in terms of on my job, if I'm not getting it done. Nobody want. I remember one time I was out talking to another professional photographer, and I was complaining about uh, somebody in my prices, not having some difficult clients. And the guy quickly told me, like, listen, man, I don't, your problem is you. Your problem is you
That's the
dealing with
difference.
low quality clientele. Change your clientele, and those problems disappear. Now
Right.
he was
And that's the
very
difference,
short
though.
with me. He was very quick. Some people may say he was even kind of rude, but that was probably some of the best advice I was ever given.
But
But it
that's the
was given
difference.
with a sharp tongue.
But that's the difference. You're talking about just practical everyday things.
Yeah,
Yeah, get the fuck up and find a solution. I don't want man or woman to come wallowing in their
yeah,
bullshit with me and wasting my time.
Right.
But there's a difference when we need to be vulnerable and let our guard down because something is really pressing us down and we need to get that shit out. And the reason I think Gypsy and I are both as women kind of pushing back on you when you said that because women are dealing with that bullshit when
Right.
men have been taught and socialized and culturalized that I can't be soft, I can't be vulnerable. We're now dealing with all these men that don't know how to cry, that don't know how to express themselves, that don't have emotional intelligence, that don't know how to communicate because everybody told them knuckle up, shut the fuck up, be hard, go out there and be a man, right? That's some bullshit. Let me catch up the comments real
Look at
quick.
the comments.
Sure said this is why a lot of women are celibate now. Yup. They are taking the time to heal. Men, on the other hand, are not doing that. They're jumping from one woman to the next. Yep.
I support her in everything except for that last sentence.
Some men are jumping from one woman to the next. Let's say that. Some men are jumping from one woman to the next. Casey said, right, too many people trauma dump because they don't take the time to heal themselves. Yep. Before getting with somebody else. Again, this is why I'm going to stand on that motherfucking hill till I die. We
Right.
need to be grown and autonomous and have the courage sometimes to face ourselves before expecting someone else to go through our trauma with us. And we need to deal with our shit before jumping into relationships with
Right.
everybody all the time.
Right.
Sure said, is your group holding each other accountable? Have resources to give to your boys in your old group? Oh man, come
That's
on,
right.
Sure.
That's right.
And then Sean said, at Sure, that's because of the toxic masculinity that has been taught since birth. Yeah, and
That
that's what I was saying. Like it's been normalized, it's been culturalized, it has been passed down from generation to generation in our community, especially as Black people. I grew up with seeing men, taking spoons and beating, little boys on the knuckles, beating them in the chest with a fist. Stop all that damn crying. Man the fuck up. He's 5. What the
Right.
fuck? Right. So now you have 20, 30, and 40 and 50-year grown men that don't have emotional intelligence and don't know how to communicate and express themselves because they've been told to shut the fuck up and be a man. What the hell does that even look like? I don't know because I'm not a man, but what does it look like from y'all's perspective? That's a real question.
Wait, not only men did that to little boys. Keep in mind, I remember my mama
Women do too.
whipping me.
Women
I cried. She said, "I give you something to cry
But
about. You better
but
shut
like
up."
that as girls too.
but let me
Right.
just say
Tears up, I
this.
beat you some more. Give you something to cry about. We got that too as girls.
Let me just say this. That's because culturally we parent how we were parented.
Yep.
And it's learned behavior and it's toxic. And the thing is that we were never taught it was toxic because, again, what happened in the house stayed in the house in Black communities, and we were not allowed to seek counseling and therapy and stuff. Because I'm going to tell you, most of us have grown up in dysfunctional damn families, and we didn't realize it until we were adults and shit started falling apart for us. And then we decided to seek help. When we decide to seek help, a lot of us 30, 40, 50 years old going for the first time to try to seek help, and then find out we've had a problem since we were fucking 5.
Yep. Yep. And at the end of the day, Rodney, the example that you said, shut up, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. We as little girls got that a lot. Hell, I heard it plenty of times when I was younger. But we are also still socialized more as girls that it's okay for us to be vulnerable, that it's okay for us to cry, whereas men are constantly told it's not. So no, don't nobody want no grown ass person whining for no fucking reason all the time. No, but we do have to continue to address the fact that it has been the standard that needs to be repealed and undone. We need to continue to make space for men to be emotional and have breakdowns and be messy and chaotic humans just like women. We need to have space that a man can be strong. He can go out there and beat some ass if he needs to. He can go out there and build a house for you if he needs to. But he can also come in the house and be a softer version of himself. Maybe not soft, but a softer version of himself where he is available emotionally and energetically and has mental health. Because too many people think that being a man means he work hard. Okay, well, great. You work hard and you pay the bill. Are you available emotionally? Do you know how to communicate? Do you know how to hear, things when she says something that you don't agree with? Are you taking your rage and anger out on her or them or whoever? Like, y'all as men need to be having more of these conversations of what does it mean to be a healthy masculine or a healthy man? Because we as women are saying it, but we're saying it from our perspective of what we want it to feel like when we receive it. So that doesn't necessarily mean that's how you all need to hear it to conceptualize it and make it real.
I would say men are doing that, but you gotta keep in mind this right here. Men who do that, there are some for the very nature, men try to either teach another young man. All right. For the very nature, that's what men do. But you gotta keep in mind, not all men who have been taught correctly. Now, if they have been taught something improperly, they're gonna simply pass along that improper teaching. That's why you get all of them jokers hitting the boy in the 5-year-old in the chest, telling be a man, don't cry. I see it all the time when I go take sports pictures. Here it is, they 5 years old and they mean mugging, looking like that. I'm like, boy, come on. Boy, you still play with Tonka toy. You still play with trucks. When I was 5, I played with toys. I played with trucks, cars, and dolls. Cause my cousin, she had the little Barbie doll. Now I ain't gonna lie, I like to make the Barbie doll wrestle, but they still playing with them just like I played my Spider-Man. But the thing about it is this right here. I didn't have my folks telling me to frown, don't smile. I was allowed to be a little boy. I wasn't told I was the man. I wasn't told I was the man of the house. I told I was a little boy. And and folks ladies need to stop telling those little boys that he's the man of the house. He ain't the man of the house. He's 6. He's 7. He 8.
Yeah.
That part. The other thing is that sometimes as children, we're only taught 2 emotions, anger and happiness.
Yeah.
And so because we're not taught all those other emotions or not allowed to explore those other emotions, sadness and things like that, we use the couple of emotions that we've been taught inappropriately. And so
we are sometimes not even allowed to express that anger in healthy ways. Anger is a normal human emotion, but a lot of times parents are making their children feel like you don't have a right to be angry. What you got to be angry about? What you got to be upset about? What you got to be sad about? Mm-hmm. So we need more adults to have emotional intelligence. Stop fucking like rabbits and having babies until you are ready to be emotionally present for those babies and learn their personalities and what they need to thrive, not just trying to force them to be mini me's and mini thems and mini thems because your mama did it or your daddy did it or your man doing it or you're doing it, right? Like we have to
Well, on
again,
my second job, I see them.
in
They
different
they are
situations.
they are
So
excused for expressing that anger on my second job.
what?
On my
They're
second job, I see them expressing that anger all the time, and they get told, "My mom already know I got a bad attitude. I don't want to hear that. I don't care about that."
oh
My
no,
mama,
that's how you need to be in check too, because we can go to the other side of the spectrum and be too silly. So
But
yeah.
it's kind of hard to get. It's kind of hard to get the right tools when your mama is 16 and your daddy is 12, or you know what I'm saying? Like those we got babies having babies.
Yeah.
When you got 30-year-old grandmama, you know,
Yeah.
we don't have big mama no more teaching the kids things. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a book that I have just ordered, and it's called Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents: How to
Mm,
Heal from Emotional Distance by Lindsay Gibson.
that's
And
a lot.
it's that's the thing, is that we just have children that are, you know, not allowed to be children, to be honest. They're not allowed to be children, but the adults around them are more childlike than they are.
Yeah, that's very true. Casey said parents shouldn't talk at their children. They are not slaves. They are intelligent and do have feelings. Same way you wanted to be heard growing up is the same way they want to be heard. Absolutely. But we have too many parents that think parenthood is a dictatorship.
Or they try to be their friend now, Casey. They go to
Well,
the
that
other
too. Yeah.
extreme.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to be parenting and teaching and not being their friend.
How
well,
many of us
I
are
ain't gonna.
like
Well, I gotta
damn
disagree.
friend?
In my house, my child was the remote finder, the light switcher. I had remote lights. Turn that light off.
Oh,
It was
All
a
goodness.
right, y'all.
dictatorship. We did exactly what I wanted to do. Now, of course, as they get older, of
Yeah.
course, you more coaching than just dictator, and but yeah, I know I know what they was talking about. I think that was Case. I know what you're talking about, Case. I'm just having fun. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Case, in fact, share this video with your friend. Next, and everybody else, share, and make sure you share at least. Invite about 3 people to listen in on your on this podcast. Make sure you have any question, comments. Go ahead and share with us.
All righty. Thank you for that reminder. And make sure that you're subscribing to the channel so that you get notified when we go live. Make sure that you're liking this video. Click that thumbs up button because that helps with engagement and getting us boosted in the algorithms on YouTube.
Oh, put it in the chat. Okay, let me put the name of the book in the chat. Absolutely, absolutely.
And so make sure that you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you're sharing this video. Even if they don't catch us live, they can still watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, make sure that you're still commenting. We'll come back and respond to those comments. But all of that stuff helps us to reach more people and keep these conversations growing so that we can all grow forward and heal together. With that being said, we've kind of hit our time. So I want to make sure that we address last week the topic was, and we didn't really get too deep into it until the end, so I want to bring it back for us to throw some more things out there. What are some of the benefits? Why are sex and orgasms such a good beneficial thing, whether in everyday life and or in healing? Go Rodney and go Gypsy. Y'all give one and then I'm gonna give one, and we're gonna bring this thing to an end.
Okay, say the question again. I'm sorry.
What are some of the benefits of orgasm and sex? Why is it such a good thing to be incorporating orgasmic energy and experiences, sexual energy and experiences into our daily life? Why are they so healthy? Why are they so good and yummy?
Okay, well, I tell you what, with me, it builds stronger relationship. Ain't nothing like doing climaxing at the same time, looking at each other in the eye. It increased that relationship, makes you feel good. Anybody that don't feel good at that point, I don't know anybody that don't feel good at that point. But definitely does that. Improves that relationship, builds a closeness, builds a bond, and it's just a way to express and show appreciation, affection, and love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gypsy, you got one you want to throw out?
Stress reliever, releases good endorphins and dopamine.
Gypsy, I don't think you got any stress, do you, baby?
None.
That being said, I'm going to circle this around and bring us to an end. And I'm going to throw it out there and say, I believe that sex is so beneficial and orgasms are so beneficial because it promotes self-exploration. Whether you're doing it by yourself or with a partner or partners, it's a beautiful opportunity for you.
Oh, wow, that is good. Yeah.
It's a beautiful opportunity for you to learn more of yourself, your thought processes, your mindset, your physical pleasure, your emotional pleasure, your mental pleasure, your spiritual pleasure, your energetic pleasure. Like, sex and orgasmic experiences are just a beautiful way for not only you to express yourself with the person that you love or like or choose to be intimate with, but it's also a way for you to get deeper within yourself and learn yourself. And I know for women, having a healthy sex life can absolutely promote more self-love, more self-confidence, more self-esteem, and just tune you inward to yourself and get you comfortable in your body. And it can also help you heal old traumas and pains if that's something that you're interested in as well. So I'm gonna throw that out there. One final reminder for housekeeping, guys, make sure that you are helping us to share this, subscribe to the channel, take an opportunity to click that thumbs up on the video and like the video, go back
share
and catch some of the other replays and grab those links and help us share out so that you and your peoples, because if you like them and love them, tell them. If you don't really like them and love them, don't tell them. Okay, that's what I'll say about this. Now, thank y'all for being here tonight. Thank you for these awesome comments. We're gonna pick this up next week as always. Thank you to our guest LePew Winslow, Ask Old Man, Gypsy, and moi, J Bay. And until next Tuesday, we will see y'all, but keep it coming. If you're hopping in late, make sure that you go back to the beginning and catch us from the beginning of this episode. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're drinking next week. And we will see y'all soon.
Same bad times.